Hello everybody and welcome to episode 39 of Baldur's Gate 3. We are exactly where we left off, and thank you for folks in chat for being patient as we did a little bit of troubleshooting. I'm going to think that why don't we do our level ups here to start off. Okay, so we get a brand new spell. It's a level 3 spell. Conjure Barrage seems pretty cool because it does piercing, more piercing, and then some psychic damage, and even if they save, they take half damage, and it's not a concentration spell. One of the things about my build here with Alyssa is that she has a lot to concentrate on, and that means that these things are often mutually exclusive. That includes plant growth, although I do like it. Protection from energy is also concentration. So yeah, for Alyssa's new spell, we'll take Conjure Barrage. Karlach gets a brand new feat. I have to say that an early favorite is Alert. +5 to initiative, can't be surprised, good in every condition. She's not a dual wielder, she's not a defensive duelist. Great weapon master. When you land a critical hit or kill a target with a melee weapon attack, you can make another melee attack as a bonus action that turn. So she doesn't do a lot of unarmed attacks, but let's see. Use an improvised weapon or throw something, because she does that all the time. Your strength modifier is added twice to the damage and attack rolls. Well, she does throw things all the time. Oh, and she gets a point of strength or constitution. Hold on. A new entrant has arrived. I've never used an improvised weapon. I'm sure it's cool. I just don't happen to have done it. But we throw things with her all the time. It's a bonus of her frenzy. I don't know that I ever read past unarmed attack, and she gets a point of strength. I think this is it. I think we do go for Tavern Brawler. Again, nobody else has it. It fits her. Like, it fits her character. I'm not min-maxing this. I do like playing into, like, who they are. Okay, I vote for Tavern Brawler then. And I do think strength over constitution. Yeah, let's hit that 18. So with Will, we've gained a passive Eldritch Invocation, which we'll walk us through in just a second, and we gain a spell. Let me just look at Eldritch okay, we'll look at that in a second. Spells for Will. I kind of feel like I want to go with Flight. We can swap this out later if we really want to, but of the set, I just feel like I want more mobility options. You know what? You know why else I want this? Because his jump sucks. I have trouble getting Will places. Yeah, I'm going to go with Flight. This is going to help move Will. Now, then we've got Eldritch Invocations. Attacks made with your weapon deal additional necrotic damage equal to your charisma modifier, which is pretty high. He's at an 18. I actually like Life Drinker. I'm actually going to pencil Life Drinker in. That's going to be an early slot. I do think that we have to go with Agonizing Blast. It just makes more sense. I've done this more than his regular weapon attacks. I do hypothetically want him up, but like this is 3 attacks and it's +4. As long as he hits, it's always the +4. This is +4 once. He gets it to attack 1 time per round. It just makes more sense. All right, we're gonna do that. All right, and then we've got another feat for Will. Of this set, I'm thinking ability improvement to get that Eldritch Blast from +4 to +5. That is a potential +15 damage per attack if he hits with all 3. I don't see how I don't do that, because what was my other option? The finesse? Yeah, I think we're gonna go with this. We're going all in on charisma. Jaheira also gets a feat. I think we go with dual wielder for her. Except I really like Alert. I'm going to go with Alert. Because she gets attacked a lot more often than she hits things with her sword. You know, half the time she's casting spells. She's more of my ranged spellcaster as a druid, whereas Halsin is much more up in your face. So we're going to go with Alert. All right, there's our level ups. Now we have to decide what we're doing for today. All right, let's head over and we're going to go have a quick chat at the... We're going to go try to find Nine Fingers Keen here. In the last episode, I blundered directly into a whole bunch of traps, so I'm going to try to move a little bit more slowly in search mode. And this just seems awful. Oh, there's like a lever right there. And if I remember correctly, can't Jaheira not get poisoned? Didn't we learn that in a previous episode?
Ask them, but quietly.
I think I discovered this by mistake, that she just can trot around in this like she's Bane from the previous game. Oh yeah, that's great. Okay. Puzzle solved. All right, it is definitely going to take a minute to get everybody up here.
Whisper mode.
I just had a very stupid idea. What if we moved a box or two over and we had them climb onto the box and then jump over that way? I guess the question is, how much is our time worth? And my answer is nothing. Hold on. I want to see if this works. We're going to have Karlach move a box over here. Because remember, in the last episode, I discovered that you can right-click on like a box and say climb on. So what if we put a... Well, that's terrible. Hold on a second.
I'm a bit busy at the moment. We'll talk later.
Okay, I mean, that's a little higher. And then if we get like another box... Hey! We did it! And we didn't have to spend a scroll of dimension door. Yeah! Now can Snips make it up, and then we'll have the whole party. What I should have done is, around about level 3, I should have briefly... Ooh, hold on.
What's that?
I should have taken a ritual caster, and then looked at all the spells so that I would know what it was. Hold on, we have just discovered... We've just discovered a hidden wall or something. No, it's a smashable wall. Look, it's got hit points. I think we know somebody who can help us out with that. Karlach has an axe, but I think that it'll go better if we give her a hammer. Wait, does this belong to somebody? Wait, hold on. No, hold on. Wait, stop. We're going to put a marker for smashable wall. And then we will Kool-Aid Man our way in later. We don't have to do that right now. I hear voices. Alyssa's getting super jazzed about this door. She's really excited about it. That is not a carpet. When it was all red, I thought, oh, that's a really plush carpet. But no, these are people. Are they people we can talk to? It does look that way. Okay. Jaheira? I really want to make sure Jaheira is with us, because this is actually her whole deal.
Seems like a good moment to talk. Bare hands.
A charm, of course. And then you'll do it yourself.
No distractions, mate. Nine Fingers has me watching over Pierre Priss here. Wants her friends in Parliament close with this new Duke making moves.
So this is interesting and way less suspicion of a brand new person than I would have expected.
You did not see me. A peer of the Parliament openly walking the Guildhall would sell a few copies of Baldur's Mouth, I expect.
Maybe they'd knock us off the front page, or rather off of, you know, beneath the fold on Section C.
Before you ask, I ain't got none of that plum Prosecco. Now, what can I get you, newcomer?
A drink. Oh, this is trading. Well, yeah, I don't have any of our wares with us. We'll settle that up later.
What are you having?
How about our gossip?
Around here, silence is golden, mate. Best remember that. Now, what can I get you?
What do you have?
Beverages of distinction, or in some cases, extinction, if you ain't careful. How you feeling today? Lucky?
Careful around the steel watch. The old guard gave thieves a slap on the wrist, but those bolted bastards will rip off the whole damn arm.
What's the point in paying the guild for protection when they've pulled back all their crews? There's a bloody army coming.
All right, let's head downstairs. I kind of feel like we came in the back way, so I'm not going to feel too surprised if we walk down here and somebody's like, "Hey, you! Who are you?" all of a sudden.
Don't mind the ladies' court. Just a game we play. Figuring how we'll kill you if you cross 9 fingers.
If it's Uktar you're after, he's in with the Guildmaster. Not even 9 Fingers Keen can escape the great balancing of guild books.
Can't lie. It's a relief to have that old fart off my hands.
Your eyes are going to want to wander all over this gold. It's only natural. Just make sure it stops at your eyes, huh?
Yeah, let's be... Wait, what's upcoming knife fights? That is a document we can read. Next 10 day, it's a revenge bout between Baby Jowls and 3-Piece. Plus a newcomer matchup between Magpie Davies and Hans Leatherfeather. First blood only. Place your bets in advance with Bursar Uktar. No, talk to person.
Fetcher isn't himself, so I'm running the shop. You buying or selling?
Where do you get the items that you sell? Wait, why do I care? I'm going to ask this because it doesn't seem too intrusive, but this seems like the sort of question you would simply not ask in this environment.
Let's just say the previous owners no longer have a use for them. Got me? Fetcher isn't himself, so I'm running the shop. You buying or selling?
Okay, another cloak, the Shade Slayer cloak. While hiding, the number you need to roll a critical hit while attacking is reduced by 1. This effect can stack. There has never been a more Astarian cloak. That costs $700 and we've got 6,000. I feel like that is something that we're gonna buy.
Sometimes stuff we sell. See any
Maul! Oh, we found her!
Wow, look who it is! Glad to see you in the city. Hope you found plenty of coin in Kettrick's coffers. Ready to do some business?
I have her eye patch. I've actually carried it the whole time. Yes, look, I found your eye patch at Moonrise. How did you escape that place?
I survived the hells when Elturel fell. Compared to that, slipping out of Moonrise was child's play.
That's so awesome that you can give her her eye patch. It's not even marked as hers. It literally just says eye patch, but I remembered what it was, and I've carried it this whole time in Alyssa's pack just in case we found her. It's good to see you again. What are you up to this time?
Oh, I've got a few ideas. I'll be running this whole place in no time.
Is this a guild business that you're running?
Sure is. We work for Fetcher, handling what you might call pre-owned goods. Talk to Sticky. He'll cut you a deal.
Oh, no, you guys, did I just unlock an extra discount? I just did so much commerce with that kid. Also, I misheard it. I thought it was Fletcher, like Arrow Fletcher. No, it's just Fetcher. That's awesome. I wonder what percentage of people brought her eye patch. Find Maul. I bet it's under completed items now. Find Maul. We found Maul not only alive, but thriving, climbing the ranks of the Guildhall. Okay. I would very much like to introduce myself to the person that runs this place, because it feels a little bit risky wandering around without them knowing who I am.
Hey, Thas. Seen Thas? Come on, Thas. Another. Wow.
Can I look at this?
The Guildhall has one rule. All crime stays in the city streets, where it belongs. Break this rule, and you die.
Best be on my way.
Now, that looks like, the way that door is positioned, it doesn't look like it's an open the door. It looks like it's a teleport through the door. Right. Although I'm very curious where this comes out, because it was apparently the way we were supposed to get in here, let's turn around, because we are here to talk to Nine Fingers. I just don't know where she is.
Better prices here than topside.
Right. Which crew are you with? Bellbreakers? The Children of Hor?
The names ring familiar. Two of the many crews that make up the Guild. A loose collective with ties to every criminal enterprise in the city's underworld.
I run a crew called the Worm Skulls. I don't actually see a reason to be deceptive. Aside from it just being funny. Consider me an independent operator.
In between scores, then? Oh, there's no shame in that. This Stone Lord business has even the bigger crews shutting up shop for a while. Fair warning, the Guildmaster wants no fraternizing with the Zentarim. They're here to work, not share war stories. They won't be much use to us if they're drinking and dicing when the Stone Lord kicks the door down.
I want to meet the Stone Lord so much. Who's that?
The latest challenger to the Guild's position, but probably the first one to actually make us sweat. He came out of nowhere and ate up half our turf in a 10-day. So if you're speaking to the Guildmaster, maybe step soft around the topic.
The Guild's no army, however tough they act. Just 20 different thieving crews come to hide behind Nine Fingers' skirts.
Uniform's a bit patchy, I know. I was Flaming Fist. But the writing's on the wall there. The Steel Watch will be snatching up our contracts in no time.
You can get near anywhere in the city from here without seeing daylight. Once you don't mind the tangy smell of sewer.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Hey, I was just saying hello.
Look now, the Guildmaster's little hunt is bringing all sorts of new faces out of the woodwork.
You won't find much fun here today. Guildmasters batten down the hatches till the Stone Lord problem's dealt with.
I'm sorry, sweetie pie. I don't do requests. But toss me a few coppers, and I'll shoot you a saucy wink across the bar.
I'm enjoying your current repertoire.
I could smell the good taste on you the moment you walked over here. Maybe I'll even throw in that saucy wink for free.
Guildhall is not what it was. No gambling, no blood games, not even a pissy little peacock fight. Bored.
Go on. Technically, I'm supposed to be on watch.
I want to have a word.
Maybe that's why this Stone Lord is pushing so hard. He wants Keen's underroads all to himself.
Actually, those are camp supplies, not wares, but...
I know times are tough, but this crowd could mingle a bit, eh? We're all on the same side.
Bit of a letdown, this place.
Okay, I was trying to talk to Smiling Jenna there,
What's that?
and then this happened. Okay, just a random ring. I'll grab it. If I was the boss of this place, I would not spend my days ankle deep in sewage water. So I'm still betting that she's upstairs. I just don't actually know what's further up than where we've been.
Do you hear the Harpers were half wiped out? We should be sticking the last of their bleeding hearts instead of guarding this place.
The mood I am in, boy. I urge you to try.
Eh? No disrespect meant, Mom.
Super happy that Jaheira had something to say about that.
What, Lady AQ still playing that game? I don't have one ready.
Someone's vintage Moonshae's Infidel collection. But it looks like a lot of the bottles have gone missing.
It's an orphanage, Ukta. What would you have me do? Seize their toys as payment?
Well, they failed to pay tribute. We should withdraw our protection, at the very least.
And cede more ground to the Stone Lord? You're not suggesting I yield a single inch of the city, my city, to this cult?
We already look weak. If you're seen to be forgiving debts...
I didn't say forgive. Seize the building. Arm any children old enough. If they protect what's mine, we'll consider that a start on what's owed.
Yes, Guildmaster. Excuse me? This is a private council.
Keep your underpants clean, Ukta. We're playing host to a hero. You owe me a gold piece, grandmother. When I heard you died out in the wilderness, I made an offering at Kalimvor's well.
Of gold? Oh, I did not know I meant so much to you, Guildmaster.
No, I'm terribly sentimental. Case in point, I've just let a harper walk through my Guildhall, noticeably unholed. Because I'm curious about why you're here and who it is you've brought with you.
Hi there, I'm a friend of Jaheira's. Let's let Jaheira do the talking. I am all of a level 1 rogue, and honestly, I like stepping back and letting the party members do some talking.
This is the one who saved my life. So really, she owes you your gold piece. But we can settle debts later, Nine Fingers. For now, we need help. We're searching for Minsk of Rashomon.
A big name, that. Such information does not come cheap, High Harper. Not in normal times. Of course. Seeing as these are not normal times and we're all such good friends, I'll do better than tell you where he is. I'm bringing him here as we speak. Or parts of him, at least. I gave no orders about the condition of his corpse.
Treachery is this, Nine Fingers. Have you thrown in with the Absolute too?
Against my own city. Careful. You're in very real danger of hurting my feelings. It's Minsk who's found his faith with Faerun's newest god. And a new name with it. The Stone Lord.
Lies.
It makes sense, Jaheira. We know the cult can be persuasive. Also, just to catch everybody up, 5 episodes ago, there was some like document on a wall, I think it was at the inn, that described the Stone Lord as traveling with a mouse. So I've had a non-stop suspicion about this ever since. Like, I've been treating it as a certainty. We know the cult can be persuasive. Also, remember that Jaheira and Minsk were like checking out the cult. They got separated. Jaheira thought that Minsk got killed, now come to discover that he's still alive, and also has not contacted her. What other explanation would there be except that he got tadpoled? We know the cult can be persuasive.
Minsk was never one to need much persuading. Not when it came to spilling my people's blood. In his short reign, the Stone Lord and his crew have earned a reputation. Pure brutality. No survivors. And where he mows my people down, this ripe little cult takes root. But not for much longer. We have word on where he plans to hit next. And he'll find us ready to hit back this time.
Nine Fingers. Estelle. Call off your ambush, tell us where he is, and we'll handle this.
We? I heard what happened to your Harpers, Jaheira. I'm sorry, but this fight's too big for you alone.
Okay, now I get to step forward. Prepare to attack? What part of this conversation... I'm glad for all options on the table, but what part of this conversation has been, then die? We can handle this, trust us. And here's the thing. If we can't handle it, I guess we would spoil their ambush. I'm just saying that they can always go attack him later. We can handle this, trust us.
I don't let trust tie my hands. That's why I sit in this very fine office. The Stone Lord's fate is sealed. We have a bigger war to fight. I'd rather turn our talk to that, but if you need a moment, Jaheira, well, you've earned that much. My Guildhall is open to you. Have a drink, Jaheira. Have a rest. Just leave well enough alone. It would be a shame for the city to lose 2 of its heroes in one day.
Something's on my mind.
Keep the Harper out of trouble. Just because I don't want to kill her doesn't mean I won't. Beyond that, be welcome. Be merry. Is there something you require of a guildmaster?
Boy, some of her dialogue is super quiet. What can I do to help you? Why do I need the guild? I've been doing well enough without you so far. Let's not be picky and choosy about our possible allies. Call off your ambush. I do feel like things might get violent if we do push this. Here's what's been happening. Minsk and his crew have been murdering this woman and her guild members. She either exacts retribution for that, or she's going to be viewed as weak by the other thieves and their guilds, their families, whatever they're called. And they're going to understand that she can't protect them, and then what good is she? And they're going to depose her. She has to do this. Like, I get it. I don't want her to attack Minsk. I would want to ask her, so we're going to go there. Can you at least ask your people not to attack us? And if we can get Minsk to stand down, can we at least have a conversation about it? But, hold on. I do not remember the Rivington Rats right at this moment. I'm sure that I did at the time. What can I do to help you?
Keep me from having to kill the Harper. Which means keeping out of the Guild's way. All right. Wonderful.
I need information.
Knowing what I know usually comes at a cost. But let's say we'll put it on your tab.
I noticed the mercenaries in your hall. Since when does the guild work with the Zentarum?
We don't. The Zentarim work for me. Time was I'd charge the bastards double if I let them into my hall at all, but times change. The guild is many things, but it's not an army. If the Absolute keeps pushing in on our territory, then I need a little weight to push back.
I feel like this woman has too many fingers to justify her name. How is it that you know so much about the cult of the Absolute and its leaders?
Simple enough. After Jaheira warned me and then disappeared, I went nosing into the cult for myself. I could bore you with the details. How I found evidence of Gortash's projects, traced him to Orin the Red, and made a safe bet there was some dried-out old necromancer to round out the three. Because it's always the dead, bloody three. Has been half-gods who can't help but make their irrelevance everyone else's problem.
I like her mouth, like the way that she speaks specifically. She's very colorful and very menacing. There's more to it than just the dead three. Yeah, wait until we tell you about their pet.
Oh. You've got some juicy little tidbit I haven't heard yet.
Tell her, wait, is there no line between everything and so let's think for a second. She hates the cult of the Absolute. You know what? If we tell her everything, then she might I was about to say, if we tell her everything, she might understand that Minsk is not doing this of his own accord. But then I immediately thought, A, it doesn't matter, and B, that would just further convince her that there's nothing to do except to quarter him. Also, I kind of feel like she's going to think if I'm a fool if I just volunteer this information, but at the same time, what if we were to get killed? Somebody's got to know about this shit. I'm going to tell her.
Huh. It seems like my intelligence on you was patchy at best. That's annoying.
What do you plan to do now that you know?
I had no intention of leaving my city in the Dead Three's hands. Definitely not leaving it to some slimy shit that doesn't even have hands. So, as long as you can keep a lid on what's growing inside you, we're allies. Until you can't, and we're not. Simple enough, I reckon. Now, war to be fought. You need anything?
I need a submarine pilot that can get me down and to rescue some Gondians that isn't going to trigger Gortash's alarms. That's what I need. If we're ever going to ask her to call off the ambush, I'm worried that this is going to get violent, and I don't want to do that. I do, like, now we've been very straight with her. We told her everything. We're not done discussing Minsk. Call off your ambush.
No begging? Not even a snotty little please? It's almost like you don't know who you're talking to. The order's been given. It's done. So I hope you know another tune, because I am getting bored of this one.
Yeah, we need to drop this. Unless we're willing to kill everybody here and still not call off the ambush. What is the purpose of that? I ran into some of your thugs, the Rivington Rats.
Oh. Did you enjoy the encounter?
I'm not even being insulting. I actually don't remember. They got a payday out of me. I don't think they enjoyed it. They seemed like upstanding citizens. I remember so much. I remember Maul's eye patch. I do not remember these guys. I don't think they enjoyed it.
I have no doubt you gave them a good talking to. The rats usually keep a lid on their nastier notions, but with the Stone Lord business distracting me, some are starting to test the leash. All the more reason to be rid of the cult quickly, so I can remind my crews it's not a leash round their necks if they cross me. It's a noose.
I'm not going to say this. I just don't see... We've already pushed it a little bit with her. I don't see why I'd be like, you don't seem like you're all that. Leave. Now, let's talk with... If Masked Man is still around, Uktar was his name. We can have a chat with him as well.
Knife. A hot one, I think.
He is not here. There does seem to be something that we can read as long as we don't get in trouble for doing so. I'm just going to look with my eyes, not with my hands. Notes from Himberloo, a street beggar employed by the guild as a spy on activity at the Devil's Fee Antiquities Shop. The report concludes with the following. Though the majority of my report concerns the visitors of well-known patriarchs to Helsic's establishment, aristocrats who might be blackmailed to keep such visits secret, there was another visitation that I feel should not be overlooked. The arms dealer Gortash, along with a known Ballist leader, met yesterday with Helsic for a considerable period. Upon leaving the shop, I overheard Gortash to remark, "What did I tell you? If Helsic can get us into the House of Hope..." You guys! If Helsic can get us into the House of Hope, she can get us into Mephistar too. That's our lead. That's our not Ballist, Diabolist. So, hold on. I need to write this down, because I can't take this with us. It might even update our journal, but unless it does, where were they? Devil's Fee Antiquity Shop. And it did update the journal. Hold on. We learned that in the lower city... Okay, the lower city, so it's not even... No, this is where we are. We're in the lower city. There's a Diabolist named Helsic who helped Gortash open a portal into the Hells. Maybe she can help us get into Raphael's House of Hope. I want to, again... Look at how much we just learned. I want to read the rest of this. A scented letter on the ornate stationery of Baldur's Gate's premier bank, the Counting House. Guildmaster, we are delighted to inform you that you have just taken delivery of a special deposit box, constructed and charmed exactly to your specifications. We eagerly await the arrival of the promised goods into our vault and the fulfillment of your order. In highest esteem, Rakath Glitterbeard, Fellowship of Financiers. A hasty note slashes across the bottom of the page in a different hand, marked for return delivery. Shite code, Glitterbeard. Don't bother. When we kill the Stone Lord, I want the whole damn city to know who did it. That... I wonder what the promised goods were. The Stone Lord's head or something else?
The Stone Lord plans to rob the Counting House, and 9 fingers means to trap him there.
You guys, there's so much great stuff that they just left out on the desk. Hold on. We found a note indicating that 9 Fingers plans to ambush the Stone Lord at the city's Counting House. We need to get there first if we want to save him. So, no more rest. Let's head there immediately.
Sorry, but I'm a little busy here.
Have you seen what she's doing? Counting gold in front of a beggar. It's like eating bread in front of a starving child.
Yeah, I can spare 10 for sure.
Thank you, sir. At least some people in this world know kindness.
If you need help, sire, just speak to the clerks.
Coin maids and guard your coffers.
I was barely 8 years of age when I heard the Counting House held mythical treasure.
Mark the notice in the barracks, by the way.
Well, who said that? Was that one of these folks?
So, if you cannot get the coin you need here, Try for a room at the Elf Song. Alan has plenty of space in his upper floors.
If you're one of Barrack's friends sent to talk me down, tell him I've made up my mind. I'm buying that stake in the circus and running away.
Back of the line. I already had to sit here while they marched some big bastard past like royalty.
If you're wise, you'll withdraw everything and clear out before this army arrives. I'm not taking any chances.
Can't talk. Last time I misquote her, head banker Glitterbeard locked me in a safety deposit box.
Busy. Sorry.
I have a feeling that if we push our way into the back rooms, the guards aren't going to like that very much.
A list of politely phrased advisories from the Fellowship of Financiers.
Account holders only from here. Vault pass?
I don't think that we're allowed to bribe the guards right in front of, like, their bosses. So let's just go for the moment. The lower levels of the counting house are off limits to the public. We'll need a vault pass from head clerk Meadhoney to enter.
Captain needs to see your pass.
Minsk is working for the cult. Damn. He must have been tadpoled, or worse. The real Minsk would never join up with a God's damned absolute. Maybe we can help him. The prism, right? He should shut that tadpole up. If he doesn't kick our butts first. It's kind of his thing.
But, I mean, if that worked, we would have used it on Will's father. I didn't realize that they might have some words. Let's talk with the others.
Minsk, the Great Ranger. He's alive and infected. Else, we need to act.
There's little point in pressing Nine Fingers further. She means what she says. But we swore no vows. She won't tell us where to find Minsk. Someone else in her Guildhall will. We need to be swift.
Where would you suggest we begin, Jaheira?
I suppose we must greet the local wildlife. Guildhall is awash with ale-scented gossip at the best of times. These days, they have nothing but the Stone Lord to talk about.
The citizens won't have much to say, so now we know that we're looking for the head clerk. Oh, here he is.
Welcome to the counting house. I'm head clerk Meadhoney. How may the Fellowship of Financiers serve you?
You seem a little nervous, Sir Meadhoney. Had some difficult customers today? One in particular calling himself the Stone Lord, perhaps.
The who? The what? All right, fine. The head banker may have just taken a customer by that name down to the vaults. Rather large, rather heavily armed, which is against regulations. But I'm sure the head banker knows what he is doing.
I assure you, he does not. You are right to be nervous. But let us pass, and all will be well.
Well, who is this Stone Lord to you?
A friend. He might do something stupid down there, but we can help. Really hoping for more of a bonus. I do have some inspiration. Fingers crossed here. We have up to a +8. It's only DC 10. Oh, we did it!
That would be most unusual. But then so is our visitor.
That he is. But don't worry. We can handle him.
Very well. Show the guards this temporary vault pass. And should my superior ask, keep my name out of it.
Okay, so you guys, when I saw that we were going to need a vault pass, I was thinking to myself that there was going to be a whole quest where we had to go round up some debtors, get him his money. Maybe there would be an option that we could pay him like 3,000 gold up front and just go in directly, but otherwise there's going to be like a whole quest line. And we walked up and Jahira's like, come on. Just immediately in. I'm so glad that I brought her.
Sorry, sir, but these people won't see to themselves.
I heard about Stelmane this morning. Word of advice. When dukes start dropping like that, get your coin and get out of the city.
Why the hells are they so slow? Mead Honey usually runs a tighter ship than this.
Our primary focus is to go downstairs.
Customers are asked to follow all instructions promptly and without resistance.
Wouldn't loiter too long here, sir. Makes the guards nervous.
Slower than usual today. You might be better off sticking your coin under your mattress.
I don't know for a fact. They might have an objection if I went upstairs. Also, I have no reason to go upstairs. We need to go in and see about a man.
Vault pass.
Here you go.
Right. Descend and know. Upon entering the vaults, you forego the protection of city and church law alike. Which is to say, keep to your own vault and you'll be fine. All right. Calm down.
We got double doors down there, and then a whole bunch of stuff that if I touch it, I'm probably going to get in a lot of trouble. So we're just going to disregard this stuff over here for now. Maybe we'll do some robbery on the way back up, but just in case there's... You know, we need to call in reinforcements. I don't want the guards to be distracted by the amount that we stole on the way down.
Just need to see your vault pass, please.
What can I expect below?
No idea. Our porter's out here. Besides his chosen swords, Head Banker Glitterbeard doesn't like us asking what goes on below. For security, I expect.
I don't want to go downstairs just yet. I want to talk to the other guards real quick. Actually, you know what? Here you are.
Looks in order. Blessed day to you.
Steer clear of the other crowd below, if I may. Don't think I'd trust them around an open vault.
Mind your manners down here, sir. Titles don't mean much once you're in the vault.
A neatly kept ledger recording all shipments leaving for the docks. Entries record goods of all sorts bound for ships that will carry them the length of the Sword Coast and even further afield. Some logs carry specific notes such as handle with care, delicate cargo, keep dry, remember to feed daily. I would hope so, if it's alive. Okay, I don't want to poke around. Yeah, this whole area is all built of getting the guards mad at me, so we're going to head downstairs here. Apparently, the lower vaults are all, like, completely lawless from what we were told upstairs. So, let's keep it low, quiet, and we're going to check things out as we find them. I doubt very much that I'm going to read through the founding of Baldur's Gate. This log records a list of recent visits to the Counting House vaults. Bloris Mead Honey, Pocket Registry, Bank Pass, Gold Coins, Glitterbeard's Book of Dwarven Dates, Reason for Visit, Delivery of a large chest to the High Security Vaults. Cynthia Boneprof, Stonework tools and metalwork tools. Reason for visit. Critical fix of a water leak in the high security vault's access. Danger of flooding the chamber. I wonder if there's some sort of entryway through the sewers then, if they were having some sort of a water drainage problem. Cynthia wasn't carrying a bank pass. Access granted for an urgent patch to prevent more water from reaching the tiles. Interesting. Because I'm just saying that if it was that urgent, they could have just handed her a bank pass to let her downstairs. It seems a lot like an intruder. Rakath Glitterbeard, pocket registry not declared. Reason for visit. Give the Stone Lord a tour of the lower vaults. Note, Sir Glitterbeard has requested that I step out of the vaults to provide the client's privacy. Here's the other thing. I don't know what Minsk's business is here. I don't have a theory on why he's here. Maybe money, but what does the Absolute and their devotees need with cash? They have unquestioned loyalty from everybody.
Never wanted the easy path.
Please refrain from entering until a staff member has opened the way for you.
I mean, we've got doors. Counting House Vault rules. Customer rules. Do not approach any vault but your own. Make sure of the number before attempting opening. Do not ask a cash guard for help with locks, doors, or carrying valuables. They are here only to observe and to maintain security. No tipping. Warning, wet floor, unsafe to use devices powered by bottled lightning. I absolutely intend to rifle through all the other vaults on the way up. Safe and sound, a guide to our vaults. Renowned across the land for protecting treasures great and small, our vaults offer security like no other. The citizens of Baldur's Gate can rest easy knowing that your hard-earned coin is safe behind the stone and steel that protects our Grand Vault. A single high-security vault containing the wealth of the ordinary people, the Grand Vault protects everything from your grocer's profits to your grandmother's savings. The Deep Vaults. Our Deep Vaults are for citizens whose fortunes require an individual vault or unique security measures. With extra patrols, wards, and more, you can deposit, withdraw, or view your treasure at your leisure. Hold on, cleaning staff note. If I've learned anything about video games, no more water is to be used to clean the floor in front of the main vault. Use prestidigitation if you must clean there. We can't afford any more lightning mishaps with wet pressure plates. There will be no more warnings, only dismissals. Bloris Mead Honey, head banker. So according to cleaning staff note there, I'm thinking that we're going to dump some water on the place, and we do typically keep some flasks of water around. Here's the thing. I don't have any information on what the key code here might be. Hold on. We didn't check this plaque.
For current door codes, please refer to the head banker's office. Highest security clearance only.
All right. I don't think we're going to be able to guess this, and I don't think that we should go back upstairs if we've got the greatest locksmith of all of Baldur's Gate kneeling right in front of that plaque. I think we're going to try to go through. Let's see if we can do that. I don't think we can make it through here. With my plus 13. This is a 20 or bust. I suppose it doesn't hurt to try. There's not really any point in doing guidance. It's 20 or nothing. Let's give it a shot. So close. But nope. It's got to be a natural 20 or you don't get it. A 36 is not going to get it. We could try thieves' tools all day long, but let's be a little bit smarter about it. We have, as far as I know, free reign of this place. Now, if we're gonna head back up to the office, he's upstairs, right? Like, it's not gonna be one of these vaults down here. I kind of feel like I'm probably not supposed to be up here. And at the same time, I didn't put any guards here, so maybe this is perfectly cool. This seems mega uncool. Head banker's office. Head clerk's office. Oh dear, I don't remember which of those we needed. I'm not going to go back downstairs now. Let's decouple from everybody. And Alyssa is pretty stealthy, but yeah, if you're going to break into a bank vault, let's go get the man who just does that for fun.
So, this Stone Lord is the legendary Minsk. And a newly minted cultist, no less. Are we sure we want to find him before Nine Fingers does? I doubt he'll be pleased to see us. Perhaps if you lost a follower or two. Excellent.
His new class feature, Reliable Talent. When you make an ability check with a skill you're proficient in, the lowest result you can roll on the die is 10. And he got a spell. If he doesn't know any sort of invisibility or whatever. Oh, look at that. Why don't we teach him invisibility? I thought he could already do it. But yes, invisibility sounds like exactly what we want him to do these days. Apparently it's been a minute since we were with Astarion. He's leveled up again, and this time with a feat. So he's already got Dual Wielder, he's already got Lucky, he's already got Mobile. I love the +5 to initiative and cannot be surprised. I think that fits his character really well. I love it when Astarion gets to go early in combat. We're going to go with Alert.
Well, hello.
Definitely Guild. Not that you'd tell me.
No. I'd probably just break your jaw for asking.
Hold on. And now I can't back out. Okay, then we are going to burn some luck. We have to get in here. He's got a very good score, but we need it to be... We have to get in here.
What's that?
A hole. I bet we could use gaseous form to go somewhere. But we just worked so hard to get in here, let's not leave so quickly. The novel would be unremarkable, but for one small entry about halfway through. Baldur claimed a guardian friend, Ansur. Bright were Ansur's scales, and brighter still his breath. Yet after betrayal, too piercing to recount here in worthy detail, Ansur fled beneath the stone, thereby changing the name of the region he now slumbers under to match his draconic lineage. Yeah, so we know about Ansur. We found out about him from somebody who wanted to murder Will. This book chronicles the methods Joaquin used to wrest control of her church from the hands of the sinister group called the League of Six-Fingered Gentlemen. Rather unsurprisingly, they were mostly financial methods, including bribery, blackmail, careful investment in certain enterprises, and the withdrawal of key funds and investors from others. Equally unsurprising was the effect this had on Joaquin's enemies, who declared bankruptcy or opened their veins in their claw-footed bathtubs soon after. Yikes. I've spent a lot of time not stealing things from this place. Oh, Arstarian, can you not just reach over, buddy? If he crosses over to the other side of the table for this. Okay. At first glance, this appears to be a standard log of counting house accounts. However, a poorly concealed correction reveals that money is being diverted. The logs have been signed off by Glitterbeard, the head banker. Well, I think I just want to hold on to that evidence. We're going to add the Baldur's Mouth Gazette to wares. And a private stash key. Okay. We'll happily take that. Let's rip off all of his paintings next.
That thing is tiny, and I am not.
I think it's more worthwhile. I'm so curious what's through there. It could... Boy, he would also be very curious, wouldn't he? Let's do it. I haven't done any of these. There's been all these tiny holes that we can't do anything with.
Mutatis mutandis!
I was hoping this was going to go downstairs. This is a secret way in, not so much a secret way out. That's okay. We will make the best of it. I didn't realize that the bank had upper levels on the outside that we could explore. And look at this. We've already made like $5 picking up garbage. Oh. Oh, and we just made way more than $5. Thieves tools, vigilance, featherfall, and a disguise kit. I still want to... I don't have a good sense yet of what disguise kit does mechanically in the game. In the TTRPG, oh, I mean, a lot of stuff. You do all sorts of cool stuff. But here in the video game, I just don't know what it allows you to get away with, and I would really like to try it out.
On my way.
The thing is, why go for a disguise if you can go for... Wait. What's out here? Why... So, you can only get out here through the hole. There's no other way. I can't look up. I take it back. So this was a way out. I suppose you could, like, fast travel from here if you wanted to. Now, when I'm in gas, I'm not invisible, though. Like, they can perceive me, right? Has advantage on Constitution, Dexterity, and saving throws, and is tiny in size. Can't attack, cast spells, or talk. And we cannot be in sneak mode either. So I feel like we have to end this. I'm just going to double check, because if I was a guard living in a magical world, I would definitely take note of corporeal mist. But I just want to see, I've saved it. I'm saying that I expect this to not work. Absolutely not. Okay, just reloading. This is why we got invisibility. If there's ever been a case to use invisibility, this is it. And I don't want to kill them, so we're going to do this. This lasts for 10 turns. We're still going to be in sneak mode because we need to be quiet in addition to non-visible.
That might be worth a look.
It's a second point of luck for today. There's another hole, and this one does go down. Darn it. If only there had been a way in here. If there was, I didn't find it. Let's read this book. A compendium of dwarf history, recording the shifting fortunes of clans and kingdoms over centuries. There are pages of dates, noting important battles, births, and deaths. One in particular, 1356, is circled with a note scribbled beneath. 1356. In this year, Brenner Battlehammer did face the Shadow Dragon Shimmergloom, slaying the beast and claiming his rightful place as the 8th king of Mithril Hall. Don't forget to change the code in a 10-day. I'm just going to make a note of 1356. I have a feeling this is going to get marked in the journal. Very quietly close those doors, and now everybody gets back to their feet. Oh, wait, we're not all in a group. Hold on.
Speak.
Hold on, Chihiro. Wait, what is happening? Are we still hiding? I wasn't intending to. Okay, yeah, hold on. Corvus and Snips come downstairs. Wait, Snips, stop hiding. Hiding failed. Okay, just everybody relax. We're not hiding anything. Okay, and now I just want to bounce back to camp, and we're gonna get Will back because we just upgraded Will's Arcane Blast. I really want to see that in action.
This Stone Lord and Minsk are one and the same. Jahira's friend has taken a dark turn, it seems.
Sounds like we're not the only ones tracking down this Minsk fellow. Let's hope Nine Fingers' bounty doesn't attract too much competition.
Just balance the book and move on like always.
Shift be over soon.
Nothing more.
Back in the vault, and our clue is 1356, so we're going to try to do this in order. We're going to have Alyssa get onto what I believe is the 1. We're going to have Karlak get on to the 5. Oh, wait, the 3, rather. Chihiro will get onto the 5.
Moving.
And Snips will get onto the 6, because he's a cool dude, and we don't get to use him as much as we want. What? Is he not heavy enough? Will. Oh, Snips didn't get to participate. Boo. That's okay. We got in. Poor Snips. He was so excited.
It's still moving.
Hush your fussing. Nine Fingers had this one made especially. Hello, mouthful. We'll barely slow it down.
But the stories...
Stories. Tall tales and big names, lad. Don't let them fool you. Elminster the Archmage. Drist the Drow Exile. Heroes have power, aye, but not half so much as we do. A little coin into the right purse. A soft word in the right ear. It's not glory that spins these plains, lad. It's gold. See? Now. Morrigan's cracked clay.
There is no gold in here. If there is one thing Minsk hates more than beasts with bad breath, it is those who are tricksome with the truth. And turnips. But you are no turnip. Let that be of comfort in your final moments.
Minsk. Then the great hero is here.
What? Just shut up. Everybody be quiet. Do nothing. Do we want to step into view? I feel like we want to do nothing.
Enough play, Stone Lord. Nine Fingers set a poor trap, little banker. Let the Absolute's faithful show you how it is done. Now come, Stone Lord. We have the gold. And the Absolute has need of it elsewhere.
As you say, Jaira.
First they took Minsk. Now they take Jaheira's face. Does their malice have no limit?
Next, they'll be giving people horns. Okay. Well, at least we're not into an open conflict with Minsk, because I was really worried that we were going to have to choose fight against Nine Fingers Clan or fight against Minsk, or maybe kill them both, and at least we're not there right this second. Let's see what we are dealing with. Reaper of Ball. Okay, so we've got several Reapers of Ball and Death's Heads. And who's on our side? The Cash Guards, and apparently this guy, who I have to say I'm not a huge fan of. Okay. Where is everybody? Apparently we don't know. And then the ones that we do know are up here. We probably want to save Glitterbeard dude. I feel like if we keep him alive, that's better for us in the end. And I'm not talking about like from a reward standpoint. Also, you guys, the dead mimic is still here. I just kind of softly assumed that we weren't we weren't gonna like have that, but no, it's still here. I don't have a strong strategy, but like these guys up here. Wait, are you? Oh, this is another foe. Okay, so we got two people down here. I have to assume these Cash Guards are going to be able to handle themselves pretty well. So why don't we focus on the dudes that are up on these balconies? I would like to get Alyssa into arrow striking range, and I do feel like from... Is this going to get blocked by that post? I feel like this is a straight line to about here. And then can we throw our hunter's mark? And yes, we do have a shot. It's not a great shot. We do have some disadvantage. Let's make sure that her mega shot is not on. We'll turn it off. 90%. It is disadvantaged, but we've got this. Now, there's other stuff that we could do in terms of... yeah, lightning arrow feels not like the time. We can't really do a sneak attack. Brace isn't going to be a great call here. We just go for a regular shot. Yeah, we gotta get rid of some of that reverberation first, or rather the unstoppable. Jaheira doesn't have as great with the... Yeah, these guys are either invisible, I'm not sure. We know that they're present. And then this person still goes early in the turn order. Jaheira, can you... She doesn't have a lot of great options from where she is. We can dash. We could Misty Step as a bonus action. It feels like a lot to give away, though. We might conjure... You know what? Let's do a conjure elemental. I feel like this is a great time for it. Let's bring up... I gotta say, I was a big fan of fire elemental when Holston spent a whole episode doing that. But I feel like Jaheira would be more of a water elemental person. Either that or an earth elemental. Let's go for an earth elemental. And we'll bring that down here to help protect Boyo. That's her action. We still haven't used her move. I do think that we want to get her down here. We don't have any cool bonus actions that I feel like using this early. So let's just have her come down around here.
Move fast when I need to.
We need to get some sea invisibility.
I need your help.
They just took Karlach down by 90%. I knew they were here. I didn't know they were this close. Corvus, Karlach, and Will all get to go. We have to be able to see invisibility, and we need to do it now. Will is our best bet for that. See invisibility. We've got an elixir and a scroll. I think we go with the elixir because that's a bonus action for him. Yes. Let's drink as Will. Now we can see this man. Now, Will get some sort of a special bonus if he casts a spell from in melee range, if I remember correctly. So let's walk in here, and then we're going to try our newly upgraded Eldritch Blast with the +5 force damage. Three misses. Oh no, that's right. It's the bonus. He gets temporary hit points if he does that. I need to change which one I use, though, because a ranged attack at melee range is not a good call. Karlach has really gotten a huge beating. I want to heal her, but I also want to beat this man into the ground. I probably should have raged. But then again, I probably shouldn't have, because if she takes any more damage, she's dead. So what we need to do is heal. Okay, sure, good enough. We need a very good healing potion. I mean, she really got rocked. Okay, that gives her about half her hit points left. That is Karlach. Now, this guy likes to be invisible. I vote that... I was going to peck his eyes, but... Wait. Summon 2 ravens allied to you. You cannot control the ravens. I gotta say, like, I feel like this is when we'd want to do it. This is his action. But I want this guy dead. I think that we kill this guy. What's the damage range on this? 2 to 16. He's only got a 50% chance to kill. And Corvus could be dead next round. Let's summon the ravens. I don't really know where to summon the ravens. We'll summon them here. Corvus, where would be enough space, though? Okay. Hopefully they will kill that guy. And then Corvus can... Well, he's not currently in danger. No, he is. This provokes an attack of opportunity, and we definitely don't want that. Let's have him do his bonus disengage. And then he can get over here. And let's just try to minimize his threat profile. We're going to move Corvus over here. Okay, something weird happened, and instead he wound up blinding everybody. All right, we'll take that instead. Can you still move, though? No, apparently that was his... Oh, you know what? I bet he bumped into somebody. I think that there was another invisible dude here. And then Will has taken his turn. Perfect, perfect. The ravens murdered the man. Snips. Well, if that guy was still up, then we would use Snips. We don't know where the next person is. Again, we want to keep Snips nearby in a situation where Snips can strike, but not just immediately get taken out by an area effect. We want the enemy to have to choose. Do they attack Snips or do they attack the other characters? Okay, here's Earth Elemental. Earth Elemental can do Seismic Strike. Or multi-attack. Is there any limitation on this? Prone targets take double damage. Can we get over here? No. Whoops. So I think oh no, Elemental Warp. We absolutely can get over here. Wait, sorry. What's the rule on Seismic Slam? It goes that far out, which is about 3 meters or so, would you say? Yeah, I'm going to guess that that's about 3 meters. So let's see if we can Elemental Warp to about here. I think that's going to get this guy and not our friend. I think. Oh, was that his action? Okay, then let's make friends. We're going to be right up next to this guy. New round. Jaheira. Unfortunately, we don't have a good sense for, like, there's at least another guy up here, and I don't know where. So let's focus on the guy that we can see. Let's have Alyssa. We've lost our Hunter's Mark. I'm kind of inclined to put it on again. Alternatively, we do get an advantage roll when we do the Ensnaring Strike. And it does damage. I like this a lot. Let's do this. Now, hold on. I don't think there's benefits from Mega Attack, so... Okay, Ensnared. Invisible or not, this person's going to have a hard time moving around. And now I think that we can really get into it. 91%. This is actually going to be her second attack, which is fine. Do we have any way to, like, juice this up a little bit? I'm going to guess that this person doesn't have any weaknesses. I think it's a regular attack. That was a solid hit. Let's get Alyssa's back against the wall. Fewer ways to... I can't turn her around, but you guys get it. And now Jaheira. Yeah, Jaheira's not the greatest with her bow, but... Or we do some sort of a heal. Well, we can do a bonus heal. Let's shoot this person. Very nice critical hit. That's all of what she's got. For your bonus, can you do any damage? If we can run down there, we can. Not enough movement. Anything else? We could Misty Step down there, which I'm not going to do. Grasping Vine. Grasping Vine I was doing all the time until now I saw that it's a level 4 spell slot that we're sacrificing. That's just a bunch. Can we do any level of heal? Or, no, that's right. She doesn't have any bonus action heals, does she? Let's have her choke up the staircase then. Oh, there's somebody here. She just entered an aura of murder. Can I do anything with that knowledge? No. Then we're just going to have to wait. We have to get Will and his detect invisibility moving. Then again, he's standing right next to that guy and he can't perceive him. Still can't move, because you can't hit Alyssa. Wait, she just threw her friend off the ice. You guys, she just kicked her friend who was on the ice off. That's awesome. Sorry, that's new behavior. Okay. Do we know where anybody is? That's a friend of ours. Do we know where any enemy is? No. Well, that guy. Will. So, I have reason to believe there might be somebody right there. I don't know what to do with that knowledge. Like, we can throw grenades around, but, like, man, there's a lot that we can't see and we don't know. Do I have any options at all to shake them out? I thought that Potion of Sea Invisibility would be it. I don't know what other options that we have to, like, expose them. I'm definitely thinking a lot about any sort of a healing scroll, but the trouble is we can't so we could Fire Blast in a direction. That doesn't have to have a specific target. We could cast Scroll of Darkness. That would... I don't know what their ability to see in the dark is, but Will can see in the dark. That might even the odds. Smothering creatures within. Not enemies, though. Everybody. Yeah, that sucks. What we want is something that really hurts our enemies, but leaves us unscathed. Flaming Sphere. Damages nearby enemies and objects and move the sphere, and it emits bright light. That'd help, because we don't have to see them. We can't magic missile somebody that we can't see. We can already see invisibility. Like, I can cast this on somebody else. Maybe I cast this on somebody else. Double our chances. That doesn't make the worst amount of sense. So our options are cast some more sea invisibility, which I think is worth doing. Alternatively, what was our other option? The flaming sphere. I'm gonna go for the sea invisibility. And cast this on somebody. So Will is gonna cast this, and then the question is on who. I'll tell you what, he can already see invisibility, so let's see if we can cast it on, like, I guess Alyssa? I don't know, I'd rather have Karlach, maybe. I know they're standing right next to each other and that she's currently blinded, but we need our frontline people to spot for our ranged people. Okay, that did go on her, though, right? Right, hold on. Will cast it on himself. That is so obviously not what I meant. Oh, you guys, that sucks. Is it always on self? Oof, that hurts. Okay. These guys seem to be really into piercing damage, so maybe we'll do that for a while. Piercing or slashing? Actually, I don't know. I guess we'll just do it. We'll do some slashing damage. And then I'm going to go for a little walk with Will and see if... Oh, look. Okay, so we did dig somebody up. Okay, at least that's something. I absolutely wanted to cast see invisibility on somebody else, but here we go. Corvus, can you... Wait, how often can he do this? Because he's already done it. We've already... Whatever, it doesn't matter. Sorry. I think I want to rend vision. Yeah, let's see if we can blind this guy. Fantastic. And then if Corvus can, again, we're just going to back off. Stay out of the aura of murder whenever possible. Karlach, we have something for you to do. Do we have any, like, big hits that we can unleash on this person? Preventing it from turning invisible. I gotta say, I'm kind of inclined to do this. Sure, why not? We're gonna do the melee version. Okay, that's another one down.
I've got it.
Yeah, can Corvus Prime summon ravens every turn? I thought it was like a once per long rest. So, okay, we're here with Snips. Do we see anybody? So at least we know that one of them is down there. Let's dash. And then we're going to have Snips work his way down here as best we can. Earth Elemental. Yeah, just beat this guy to death, man. Do you get any more of those? No? Okay. Good enough. Alyssa. Well, we only know of one person. Let's go ahead and finish them off. We're going to make sure that we don't hit the wall. I'm going to be straight up. I don't know how many more guys are up here, and I don't know how else I might find. Shooting like an arrow here doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, we could shoot like a smoke powder arrow, but I really don't even have a guess as to where they might be. Let's try to stay with the group. I'll tell you where I don't think that they are, which is down here. So we're going to sacrifice a little bit of height for, I think, a higher degree of safety. Alyssa, can you please stay within the bounds of reality for us? So, her jump got bunched, but she'll just come down here. Do we have any other shots? She's got a pretty good range. Okay, sure. 42%. Oh, she did it! And it was a solid hit, too. Yeah, I feel like we have to head towards the guys that we know and can see. So we're going to try to jump over the rest of the crew. Go forward as best as we can. And then hit this person with the very best murder spell that we've got. Ice Knife is a possibility. Cold Lightning would be pretty cool. It is a level 3 spell slot, but man, this feels like a level 3 fight. Or I could summon an elemental. Does she already have an elemental? Who did we summon? She does have Earth Elemental. Let's hold on to that. I think that I want to go for Ice Knife. I'm just going to level 1 Ice Knife. Because I saw that knock somebody else down. We can't do it from here? Is that true? I feel like it wants to do it. Yeah, yeah. Hit her in the head. Damn it to hell. They hit every attack, and I'm missing most of mine. But that is our Jaheira moment. Yes, yes, knock his ass down. Okay, she still got iced. It was a critical miss, but we still got ice on the surface, so she had to use her bonus. Okay, one person is down. We also have a reason to believe that there's another person on the other side of Earth Elemental. I'm just taking stock of what we think is true. So, while this person is down, we have our highest bonus. Let's rend vision. Good. And then more Peck, 5 to 16. Yeah, slightly more damage on regular Peck. He's already blinded. Oh, you guys! Why did you do so much more damage? It said 5 to 16. We did 20 points. Was it because... I have no idea why it did extra damage. That person... I know that he would do extra damage if they were on Hunter's Mark, but we don't have that. How do you roll a 20 on a 5 to 16? It'll say it here. Okay, that's our proficiency. We got a 6 plus 2 plus 4 is 20. Wait, what's Companion's Bond? It's just, does he always get that all the time? It doesn't matter. It's just more damage. I'm glad for it. It just, sometimes, whenever something goes my way or doesn't, I'm kind of curious on why, because I need to account for it next time. Now, we can fly, and I think we do. I think we want to stay generally close to Alyssa. Oh, you guys, he does have a blinding. You can see his radius. Well, I don't want to... Oh, but I don't want to blind our friends. Can we... What we can do is maybe... I don't think there's anybody else up here. I think that we've done that. Yeah, we will... Let's do bonus action dash. And then can we fly? Yeah, okay, let's blind her. I don't know how I ever would have found out. Wait, it does say here somewhere. It's 2 turns of blackness, but I don't know how to learn that. I don't know how you would know that unless we didn't observe it. And then, yeah, move out of the blind. Okay. Karlach. Well, hold on. Will can see in darkness, but I don't know how well he can... We can fall down there and get very injured if we want to. I would love to get him in Arcane Strike range. I don't really think that's going to happen. We did pick up Fly for him. It's a level 5 Warlock spell, and apparently we've used all those up. I actually don't remember having done that, but sure. Here's what we'll do. Blade Ward for him. And then we will make our way down the stairs as best we can, not yet stepping on the ice so that we can hopefully jump over it next turn. And we could throw Alchemist Fire. It doesn't do any damage of it on its own. It just sort of like lights somebody, like it lights a surface or whatever. I think we'll wait on that. Karlach. Karlach can jump down here without taking damage. She is not immune to blind. Let's stay... Let's keep our height advantage. Because sometimes you can see over the darkness, I've noticed, like with fog cloud specifically. Path is interrupted by the railing. Yeah. All right, let's... Can you come around the corner here?
Tactical.
Now can you shoot? No, hold on. Path is interrupted. Yeah, okay, so at least on Fog Cloud, I feel like at one point I saw that with enough height, you could still, like, target somebody, but that's not available here. We did find out... No, I've already done my jump. I was about to say, we did learn earlier that we can fall on people. Let's throw this... What is this specifically? A slime bomb. Yeah, do some poison. But Karlach, just throw it in this general direction. It's fine. Here we go. This is good enough. Your target, Karlach, is the floor. I'm pretty sure that you can do that. And that's her... Oh, no, she still has another... So, we could throw another slime bomb, I guess. Sure, what else? What the hell else am I going to do with slime bombs? Some damage, right? I feel we saw a friend behind. I don't know if that person is still there, but why don't we use his seismic strike? I don't want to hit our Corvus friend. Yeah. So let's move 3-ish meters this way, maybe 4. I'm still trying to estimate the radius of this. Perfect. Okay. If there's anybody in here, we might shake them free. There he is. Get him? No, that's our turn. It's still a worthy turn. I mean, I guess this guy's just going to turn invisible. No, hold on. Jahira and Alyssa can get him. We need to jump on this guy. Dimension door, whatever else. I do think that we're going to portal right next to him. I just don't want him to be able to move away without a... He's got to turn invisible, kill the elemental, or disengage. Or get a attack of opportunity. Okay. This person has 13 hit points. We can't target her directly. Ray of Frost is out. Ice Knife, I suspect, is out. Yeah. Maybe. Plant Growth is not. By the way, the reason I didn't Plant Growth is that I didn't know where to cast it. I wasn't sure where the dudes were. Otherwise, I open with that. Mass Cure Wounds is a likely, but not just yet. Call Lightning does not require target, unless it does. Okay, yeah, we could sort of like fake that in here. It feels a little late in the fight at this point. I feel like Call Lightning would have gone great earlier in the fight. Insect Plague attacks everyone within range. I have too many allies on the field to make that a good call. And then we can jump down in here, but then we're going to see that. So I feel like my target is over here. Do we have a Misty Step or some other way to traverse this? Freedom movement is nice. Ice Storm is 6 to 40 points of damage. This person has 13 hit points. That just feels like a lot. I want to get over there. We can turn invisible for some reason. I don't really want to do that right now. She has fewer traversal abilities than I... She does have Misty Step. Okay, so I think that we Misty Step as close as we can to within range of that guy. And the only question is... Yeah, she can see out to about here. I just want to make sure that we've got a clear shot on him. And I think that we do here. All right, light this dude up. I don't care what it is. I'll even do Call Lightning on him. What level? So this is level 3? Yeah, let's, I prefer to do that. Do we have any direct damage? We could upskill an ice knife. At least make it icy. He's just going to jump out of it, but then again, that could be his bonus action. Maybe he can't turn invisible if we do that. How do I feel about hurting our earth elemental friend? How do you feel about ice, buddy? He's going to take normal damage from it. How much damage is this on him? 3 to 22. I don't know if it impacts him entirely, but it's 55% on this guy. Or we do that Call Lightning and we bring it down here where we don't hit our friend. We'll do Call Lightning. And now Jaheira can do that as much as she wants as long as she doesn't lose concentration. Let's try to make sure that she's not easily targetable. Okay, no, she's done all of her actions. Alyssa. So we don't want to slip on the ice. That would be very embarrassing. She does have natural feather fall. I mean, in a perfect world, we would get the hell over there. Not enough movement. How far can you move, though? Over here? See, I don't trust her jump. I don't trust her to jump past this pole in the way that I want her to. Is that all of her movement? That's everything she's got. Can you see this guy? I want to say no. Wait, what do you mean not enough movement? You fire at things outside your radius all the time. Why do you need to just shoot him? She's saying that she has to move. Look, if you look at her ghost, she's almost where she needs to be. So we've already used our bonus action. I could drink like a potion of speed. That hardly seems worth it. Boy, I really landed her in a position where she can do nothing this round. We could long strider her. That would last until... Wait, doesn't she already have that, though? She sure does. Yeah, disregard. We could polymorph. I don't think that that would help her in this turn. And then lightning arrow... Not enough movement. I jumped her to the exact wrong place. Well, then we will just call it. Unless... Like, can she... No, she's incredibly... No, hold on. So we could shoot an arrow of darkness here. These guys... Hold on. Did these guys have dark vision? So the trouble with casting darkness over here is that it blinds our friends. Like Corvus might be immune to blackness, but I'm not sure that his murder friends are. Do we have anything else? This is not area effect. We could have used an arrow of transposition. Really didn't think about that. We can knock this guy around, but that doesn't do any damage. I think we just end, man. I can't quite think of anything to do. Oh. No, this is still not enough movement. Okay, as long as we don't mind hurting our earth elemental, we can do this. I'll take it. Okay, at least we put some damage on the board. Do we want to do it a second time? We're really messing up our own friends. But that was not a bad hit, I gotta say. We're gonna do it one more time. Sorry, animal friends. I'm not a good ranger today. Okay, everybody missed that. Corvus. I think that Corvus does guaranteed damage to this person with a high likelihood of killing them. Done. Now, do we want Corvus to fly up here and blacken anybody? Like, put them into night? So it doesn't look like he has the space. However, we do have bonus action dash. I feel like the trouble here is that I'm sort of setting up the same problem that, like, I blind them, but then we can't see them to attack. Like, as long as we can see that guy, I kind of want to be able to see that guy. We have a lot of damage ready to go. Karlach. Well, we'll try to talk to that person later if they'll have us. I hope that she's going to jump over the cloud and not get poisoned. We'll try for a ranged attack. Okay, it does look like she can just get up over the post. Excellent. Thank you, Karlach. You could double up on that hit. Be great. Hey, both hits. What was the percentage? Like 45%? That was not a great shot for her, and she still made it.
Victor's path.
Will. Oh, God. Poor Will. If we jump down here, we take an embarrassing amount of damage. I could feather fall him down there. Sometimes he has Misty Step, but not currently. We might have already used it. The ice is melted, or is it still here? I think the ice is melted. So let's do a dash. He does have a Misty Step. Well, we've already done this. And this is also... It's once per short rest. Oof, I should have done that. I should have done that instead, but here we go. Will's see blindness. Kind of completely out of position. The architecture in this room really likes to be in the way of whatever's happening. Earth Elemental. So, rather than risk slipping on the ice, which I don't know what happened, and by the way, I do think there's somebody here. Actually, do we want to do the pound? I feel like Jaheira and Alyssa can take this guy, because they both go before he does. So I think there might still be somebody here. Let's Seismic Strike. I'm just double checking that it doesn't hit Corvus Beta. No. Got him. That, I feel very good about how that turned out. Let's get him out of the way. He does have a tendency to block the stairs, but not so far away that we don't get an attack of opportunity. Jaheira. You can't jump up there. She can call lightning again. And I think we're going to do that just out of curiosity. Yeah, these guys are slightly too far apart to hit them both. So instead, let's just hit one. Wait, how many hit points did that guy have? I thought he was higher than that. How much damage did she just do? 6. Yeah, he even saved, I think. Yeah, okay. I missaw how many hit points that guy had. There we go. Okay, Alyssa. 60%. Is your Mega Shot still on? It is. All right, let's pop that off. We need to deal 5 points of damage to this person. You've got 2 shots at 85%.
You can tell Nine Fingers this was not my fault. She swore that mimic could swallow a bloody owlbear. Wait. You're no guild sworn. Who are you?
I came to stop you and save Minsk. It seems there was no need. A thief, one who could strip you of every copper if I so chose. That's only going to get us into a fight with the guards. That's not funny. I don't think that this man has a sense of humor about the money here. I came to stop you and save Minsk. Do I want to say this? I feel like this is just going to get back to what's-her-face? Nine Fingers. We don't want to be at odds with Nine Fingers. We just don't want to be at odds with Minsk. Just tell me what happened. Let's not get too specific.
Our cunning trap just got flipped arseways up is what? Nine Fingers wants the Stone Lord dead. With what he cleared from our vaults, he's got enough gold to make himself a lord in truth.
And he wouldn't even know what to spend it on. It's the cult that needs that money. Why?
You think anyone told me? Nine Fingers sent word the Stone Lord was going to try his luck on our vaults. So she told me to cooperate. Lure him in. Yes, sir, Stone Lord, sir. Shall we open the account in your name or the Absolute's? Just step this way to your special deposit box. Don't mind the teeth. No one mentioned he might have some old crone dropping in as backup.
Crone?
Look, I just mean to say, we both want him caught. If you've got your sights set on the Stone Lord anyway.
As chairman of the Fellowship of Financiers, I can assure you we'd reward you well for the return of the coin he took. Not for us, you understand. For the common Baldurian. Who knows what he's planning to do with it?
This, I have to say, is exactly what I was thinking. Why wouldn't I just keep the money? What reward are you going to give me that's more than the money? Then again, my character is good. I don't know, it feels a little bit weird that I steal absolutely everything all the time, including everything out of this man's office, and would then decline to steal a very large amount of cash from very wealthy depositors. How much was taken?
Try all of it. Every penny of civilian lodgings, anyway. I mean, not like we'd lead him into the private vaults, but still. A lot of Baldurians waking up poor tomorrow.
What he can do with that kind of coin, doesn't bear thinking about.
Okay, a lot of regular, ordinary working people losing all of their life savings. That's not cool. I'm willing to find the money. That's not one of these options. I actually care a lot for coin. It's how we afford awesome armors and weapons. Say I find the money, what's to stop me from keeping my... The thing is, I don't want to say that. I feel like, based on what he just said about whose money was just taken, I want to get it back to them. I just need to find Minsk. I care nothing for coin, even though I do.
Good for you. I happen to care a very great deal. Retrieve the coin, and I'll make sure you are well rewarded. There's treasures greater than gold.
Feel free to poke around this place and it'll help you pick up the Stone Lord's scent. Me, I've got ledgers to amend.
And I've got private vaults to steal from, because I will absolutely wrench those open. Let's run around this area briefly and at least pick up the stuff that we feel like we can just pick up. Rather than get involved in searching all of the chalices and so forth, let's just... I want to talk to this body if we can. I have a feeling she won't talk to us, but it's worth a shot. I've been wrong about that before.
corpse regards you lifelessly.
We can ask who they are, but I don't care. Why do you follow the Stone Lord? Probably because they're an absolutist. Where can I find the Stone Lord is probably the most valuable piece of information here. They may not know. Let's start here. Where can I find the Stone Lord?
Look out! Below!
What do you mean below? Who was that wearing Jaheira's face? Pending additional information, it was Orin. What do you mean below? What did the cult want in the vaults? They wanted money, apparently. That's what they took. Where can I find Orin? What does the cult want with Minsk? Well, I mean, if you could have Minsk on your side, you'd want him too. So I feel like that's self-evident. He punched his way out of the internals of a mimic. That's why you want to have Minsk on your side. What do you mean below?
City. Under. City.
All right. Minsk is working for Orin. That's what we're piecing together. That's who we saw wearing Jaheira's face. We've seen her, like... Actually, no, her shapeshifting is a little bit different than what we saw. Her shapeshifting was more like Mizora's. Who was that wearing Jaheira's face? I still think it was Orin. God, is this a stupid question? It was so obviously Orin, though. What does the cult want with Minsk?
Minsk is dead. Stone Lord lives.
I don't like that this corpse is playing technically correct. Money. I don't know what he's going to say other than money. We could ask about who was wearing... We have 2 questions left. In the sewers. Why did he... Because in his absolutist... Who was that wearing Jaheira's face?
Shape. Changer. Double. Ganger.
Okay, so not Orin specifically, just another one of them. I've got one more question. I don't care who he is. Where can I find Orin?
She will find you.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
I feel like that guy was really playing fast and loose with the 5 questions that the corpse must answer truthfully. Because, yeah, she will find me, but also he didn't answer my question. I know she'll find me. She does it all the time. She generates a really interesting character with some unique dialogue and a fun sort of like whole vibe. And then, oh, Orin. Here's Orin again, everybody. A log of notes kept by those on duty in the vaults of the bank. They detail the comings and goings of any visitors of the vaults, including any deposits or withdrawals made. They use coded language to preserve some visitors' anonymity, but a recent entry seems pretty straightforward. A representative of the Tsar family visited the vault in late evening depositing an unknown item. His behavior was unusual and responded to standard questions with shock and horror. I reported his strange behavior per protocol, but was told this was to be expected from the representatives of this particular client. No further questions were permitted. Now, the Tsar family, this is part of like Cazador's team, and apparently something was put into the vault. Now I want to get that thing. I don't know what it was. I don't know why I want it yet, but I bet it's important. I think this is going to be a really good place to call it. What we'll do is search this chamber. If I find anything to read, you know, whatever, we can summarize for the next episode. And I might make an inventory pass and maybe heal everybody up. But otherwise, for the next episode, our options are go after Minsk, or, and this is what I think that we're probably going to do next, follow up on that Diabolus lead. And we might go talk with Nine Fingers again to ask her about what she wants to do now that her whole ambush plan really fell on its face, because I don't want to go into the basement to the sewers to go find Minsk just yet, because Orin said that she's going to kill Lae'zel. So I think that following up on the Diabolus is the safest plan, but we might also check in with Nine Fingers for the next episode. Anyway, this is a really good place to call it. Thank you guys so much for joining me for episode 39, can you believe it, of Baldur's Gate 3, and we'll see you again hopefully in just a couple days for another episode. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.